Hi guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Side Hustlers Handbook. I'm Emiley, your go-to girl for all the marketing and business tips to help you hustle smarter, not harder. So as you would know if you've been watching some of my videos before, I started a healthy lifestyle publication called Chief Active 2 years ago, and I probably wrote about 60% of the stuff that was on there, but I also received a lot of content from other people, so that made up about another 40% from nutritionists, fitness experts, bloggers, lots of different places. So I'm really fortunate from that perspective, but having writers on my team made people think that my blog was quite big, so I would get pitches from brands all the time, from big brands who wanted me to promote their product, which would just light me up. They would have amazing pictures and they would be offering something awesome, and I was really excited to share it with my readers. Others I would absolutely dread responding to, and while I had a rule that I would always respond to every email I received, even those spam emails, just in case they're actually a real person, because I never wanted to burn bridges in case I did meet these people in the future or something happened. Like, Australia and the wellness industry is so small and so tightly connected. I didn't ever want to be that person that didn't respond. However, most blogs won't respond to your pitch if it's crap. So that's just to be frank, like that. You're going to get no responses if you send them a spammy email. So the pitches that I loved were the ones that talked about what they loved about Chief. Like, that really made me excited to hear from a reader / brand that wants me to promote their product, what they actually love about my blog. They've taken the time to either follow what I'm up to, or they're doing a bit of research and really working out what my blog stands for. Also, if they made it really easy for me to understand what I needed to do, whether it was to do a review, whether they were sending me product, whether they wanted me to include them in a list, whatever it was, I knew exactly what was happening. And so when I received pitches like that, they were amazing to reply to, and I would, contact them for more information. But if not, it was, it was more of a, thanks for contacting us, but we don't have space at the moment. I'll be in touch, which means I won't be in touch. So another way you could pitch is to guest post. Check out my vlog. I'll include it in a link below about 8 steps to guest blogging, and what that looks like and what you should and shouldn't do and that sort of stuff. But now I'd like to share my 7 mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1, never write a big blob of text. Nobody's got time for that. Nobody wants to decipher what you're trying to say. Make it easy. Make it easy for them to say yes. Make it so simple and so structured that it's just super obvious what you want from them and what you have and what makes your product different and why their readers are gonna actually want to learn about it. If you write an email that's just paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, like, these bloggers are mainly doing it as a side hustle. Well, a lot of them are anyway. And if they've got to spend 10 minutes just trying to understand what you're pitching to them, they're going to click that big old delete button and bye-bye. There goes your opportunity. So break up the content, put headers in, ask questions, make it really clear and concise. Plus, you don't have to this isn't the only time you're going to get to contact them. You don't have to put all your information into this one email. This is just a taster for them to say, yes, I'd love to hear more. You don't have to tell them every single bit about your business, every single bit about you. Like, that's not what it's about. Mistake number 2, assuming you're the right fit. I can't stress this enough. Do your research. If you're pitching to them about reviewing a product, but they never do reviews on their site, it's not relevant. If you're pitching a product to them that they're completely against, then they're not relevant. Like, even if they're in the same industry that you're targeting or the same readership that you're targeting. For example, you might make yoga pants, right? Amazing. But if you're pitching to a fitness blogger that doesn't really write reviews but does a lot of photos of themselves wearing product or doing workouts or whatever it is, don't pitch based on a review. Pitch based on, I want to give you some pants, I want you to wear them in your next photo shoot. Like, targeting your pitch to what they're already blogging about. Don't try and create something that's completely different to what they're already doing, because the likelihood of them saying yes is very slim. Just do your research and work out how they're communicating and what sort of articles they're writing about, and then pitch based on that. So mistake number 3 is making your pitch a sob story. So while it is nice to learn a little bit of information about you or why you started your product, if this isn't the story, so if you're not wanting an interview or you're not wanting to be the face of your product, don't make this the pitch. You don't want to make the blogger feel guilty and feel like they have to write about your product because of some, something that's happened to you, and that's how you've come to the place of creating this product. It kind of leaves a bit of an icky feeling because they don't know how to respond to you. It may not be the right fit, but they feel a bit like weird because they're like, oh, now I feel bad about this person because they've had this horrible thing happen to them and that's why they've got to this point. And just don't include it. Either just add a small byline about why you started, but don't go into too much detail. You don't want them to feel like they have to do anything for you. At the end of the day, they're giving you free promotion. They don't have to do anything for you, so don't make them feel a bit weird about it. Remember that their job is to give their readers what they want to read, or their followers or whatever, because if you don't fit that, then they're not going to get the likes and shares and click-throughs that make their blog successful. But on the other hand, you don't want your product on a blog where you're not getting the likes and clicks and shares either, because then it's not spreading your message. So it's kind of a bit of a time waster for both parties. So mistake number 4 is lacking the confidence in your product. So it's really important to understand what your purpose is and be completely confident in what you're trying to achieve. If you have a pair of yoga pants and you're not confident that they're gonna be, really durable and really comfortable and all those sort of things that you want in a yoga pant, then that's going to come off really poorly in the pitch. If you start talking about the low sales that you've had or any technical issues you've had, they're going to be like, okay, well, why would I recommend a product that the founder of the product isn't confident in selling to my readers? They're going to be like, you recommend crap products. Why would I want to listen to you? Alternatively though, if you're wanting to get pre-sales for a product that hasn't actually launched yet, that's still cool. Just really pump up what its purpose is, what you're trying to achieve, the gap in the market, why their readers are going to want to hear about this product, and really focus on that. And then take them through to a pre-sales page. Make sure there's always some sort of call to action, because not only is that great for the reader because they know what to do next, but it's also great for you. If you just send out a pitch to bloggers and you don't even have a website, and you don't have a form to capture emails or whatever it is, what's the point? So you need to at least have some sort of form on your site saying, hey, we've got yoga pants launching soon, be one of the first, we've got a pre-sale price, whatever it is, but make sure you capture that information. So mistake number 5 is adding too much fluff. So I know, being in the wellness space, there's a lot of woo-woo out there, and while that woo-woo is great, like I love woo-woo, especially if I'm in the space for it, when I'm writing about a product, I don't like to be bogged down with all those fluffy, adjectives and everything, or, sentences that kind of create a feeling rather than telling me what you actually do. That's great for your content, your website, your brand. But for me to then try and interpret that into my voice makes it really tricky. So just keep it to the facts, keep it really simple, talk about what your product's purpose is and whether there's any, any innovations you've used or any, great materials or ingredients that are different or what differentiates you from your competitors, basically. You just want to share what's going to make their audience love your product. Easy as that. Mistake number 6, sending a generic media release as an email. I have received this so many times where PR agencies who are paid to engage with media and bloggers and whatever have sent me literally a media release in an email. It's so boring. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It's not engaging. It's not customized to me. Maybe they'll attach like 10 photos and I'll just be like, okay, what are you offering me free product? Like, are you inviting me to an event? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what angle you're wanting me to take. And it's just hard. So I often just would respond, hey, like, thanks for the information. I'll consider it. And it kind of ends like that, which is not what you want from your product pitches. You need to personalize every email. Now, obviously name and things like that are really important, but you could create a email template for a specific type of blogger. So if you're pitching to fitness bloggers as part of your pitch outreach, like your blogger outreach, you could create a line that is specific to fitness bloggers. Maybe you could say something like, I know as a fitness professional you love quality products, which is why I think you'd love my yoga pants because they're sweat-wicking, comfortable, and move with your body. Done, right? That is so much better than offering just random facts that may not be relevant to them as a blogger or their audience. Mistake number 7, forgetting links and photos. So it's really important you put a link for more information, whether that's to your website, to a blog article, to a third-party website that's, giving you a whole lot of praise. But make sure you have something like that. Also, your Instagram is really important. You don't want them to then go, okay, this is really interesting. Now I have to go and Google for it. You want to give them all the links so it makes it really easy for them to go, yeah, that I want to learn a bit more or see what aesthetic you like or whatever it is. It's also great to include a couple of photos in the actual email body of the email as well, rather than as attachments, just because when you're looking at emails on phone, it's so much easier to see the photos within the email rather than having to click and open attachments and that sort of thing, and never send like 20 photos or anything like that. Just give them a little taster of what your aesthetic's like and what your product looks like and that sort of thing. A pro tip would be to send them photos that are really similar to the types of photos that they already post on Instagram. If you can get the aesthetic right, they're going to be more likely to promote you because it's going to be a really, really easy win for them. I know when I was curating Instagram content, photos were the hardest thing with my blog articles. I didn't mind some images in my blog articles that weren't as high standard as I'd probably like. I wouldn't put those sort of photos on Instagram. So yeah, if you can give them really awesome images that suit their aesthetic, it's going to be a no-brainer for them. So that's my 7 mistakes to avoid when pitching to bloggers. So if there's anything you take out of this, be really specific about what your product's about and how it's going to serve their readers. If you do that, you're going to nail it. So just make sure you don't send a generic spam email. That is number 1 tip. And remember, the easier you make it for them to understand what you're wanting them to do, the more likely they're going to say yes. So if you can make it easy, they're going to say yes, and then you're going to get your product on other people's blogs and their readers are going to see your product. And all in the name of free promotion. How good is that? So if you haven't checked out last week's video about the pitching process, make sure you click the link below, as I do include a freebie to the blogger outreach template I use when contacting blogs. So it's really a great way to keep track of what blogs you've contacted, when you need to follow up, all that sort of thing. So you're going to need that for this blogger outreach process. So make sure you click on that link and check out that video as well. If you found this video really helpful for what not to do when pitching to bloggers, please give it the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel as well, as I'll be giving you more hints and tips on how to pitch to bloggers, as well as so many other facets of marketing and business. If there's anything specific you'd love me to cover, please comment below, and I will hopefully be able to video something about it in the near future. So that's it from me. Bye for now.